That was last January, pivoting to the issue. That was a paper I wrote for Rising Up saying, come on guys, get the fuck on with it. I sort of did it. It was a rush job, and everyone, 3/4 of the people in the room were going, nah. And I got into trouble for being a bit pushy, and then it was weird because by April, it's like everyone would come around. And I think part of it was it was a sort of fait accompli, really, because I wasn't being unpleasant or anything. I was just saying, look, I'm going to do this. This is it. We've been messing around for a year and a half, doing little campaigns. That's all cool. But basically, this is it, right? It's climate change. But by April, everyone had come on board and in Rising Up, it's a network of activists and what have you. And we had a meeting in Bristol in this cafe, and it had that slight historic feel about it. Like everyone was thinking, okay, this is it. We're going to do it. A bit like declaring a revolution, or it had that sort of moment of historic importance looking back at it. And then we messing around for about 6 weeks trying to work out how to do it, different working groups and arguing over the name. And it's Extinction Rebellion, that's just going to put people off. It's too negative, it's like death and stuff. Oh no, you can't use that. Now, of course, everyone's going, fucking great idea, who thought up that name? That wasn't me. I'm just reinventing standard classical non-violence theory from the late 20th century. From 1930 through to, the late 80s. There was a whole load of big political struggles in the 20th century that were based upon really solid ideas about how power works. And how power works is that if you challenge it, it's in a dilemma because it's either going to repress you or it's going to retreat. Because it knows if it represses you, then you get this backfiring effect, or you risk it, which is you bring more people into the field. So, what's been really interesting for the last 2 years on the climate situation is the state and the elites, to be more precise, are terrified that it's going to get out there. It's like a scandal. It's a big cover-up. And the thing that's going to make people talk about it is the public political conflict of people being prosecuted, arrested, going to prison, And they know that. So every time that we challenge them, they just retreat. We've had it really significantly in the last few weeks because we've had the Blood of Our Children action. And, we went to see the police and it's like, we're going to throw blood outside Downing Street. And they said, well, yeah, that's criminal damage. You're like, yeah, that's pretty obviously criminal damage. Outside Downing Street, terrorism zone, this is serious. So I was thinking maybe we won't even get to Downing Street. But not only did they let us get to Downing Street, then they let us throw the blood on the ground, and then they don't do anything. What's that about? Well, again, do they really want, 50-odd people in court for throwing blood in front of Downing Street because the blood represents, the death of children due to the criminality of the fossil fuel lobby? No. Of course they don't. 2 or 3 weeks ago, people decided to disrupt the court and, speak their truth about the climate situation. So I don't know the ins and outs particularly, but the upshot of it is people were in court handing out leaflets, doing what should never ever happen in court. It's contempt of court, no doubt about it. It's contempt of court. What happens is the magistrate goes out, everyone else leaves. The magistrate comes back in, nothing happens. Not even a warning. So what does that say? What that says again is that everything here is political. It's completely political, and that's what everyone needs to understand, right? The law is irrelevant here, right? It's pure politics. It's like they've got something to protect. They've got a lie that they don't want out there, and we're pushing. The moment of reckoning is coming, to be a bit Old Testament about it. And, these things happen through human history over and over again, right? Like clockwork. The elites become corrupt, and we've got elites which is beyond corrupt, right? They just want to hang on and kill the next generation. our children are going to die in the next 10 to 20 years. Think about it, and then think about it again, and then think about it again until you cry, and then get up in the morning and do your duty to your kids and get out there. You know, we're not playing games. This isn't some sort of like, you know, it's not a game.